Alright, I think I'll title this video Ending Relationships. Okay. And I'll speak to you from the context of both personally and professionally. And why am I bringing this up? It's pretty surprising because this year I ended my relationship. I chose to end the relationship with quite a few people. I don't have many people in my life, but I chose to end it with a few of them. Now, in this video, I'll tell you why. Okay. See, one thing is just like divorce, no? Ending a relationship is also not very pleasant. Either if the person's ending it with you or you're ending it with someone. Obviously, if someone is ending it with you, you might feel a little bad. But if you're ending it with someone, means your incentive or reason to end it with them was far more greater. Have there been people who have ended their relationship with me? Yeah, quite a number. For various reasons. And I can tell you more than me ending relationships with others. People end their relationship with me because I'm not a very likable, social, friendly, friend kind of a person. I'm more of business and coaching and, the hardcore stuff. So, and I've had this from my childhood where people said, you're too irritating or talk too much or you're embarrassing us, or people just found me overbearing. So I wouldn't blame anyone. However, as I got older, obviously you want friends, you want to be popular. But as I got older, I realized this is part of my DNA, that I'm not very likable. In my other video I shared, I realized I was an asshole. So I used to keep short-term relationships. But when coaching started, I had to develop a meaningful relationship. And believe it or not, it's not that I'm dumb, although I may look like. But I worked hard to maintain these relationships. But one thing you'll realize, like every other relationship, even coaching, and there comes a point where the relationship loses its freshness, the excitement, the anticipation. It's like today I was talking to a lady who booked a session with me, and I told her that falling in love is like when I came to Thailand the first time. I was, wow, Thailand, see the nature, see the trees, see the people, see the exotic food, see the exotic culture, see the temples, see the statues, see the lady boy, see the dress and the dance and the grandeur and touristy destinations. And so everything was new. And like everyone else, I also fell in love with the newness, And I was literally eating Thai food every single day. Pad Thai, red curry, green curry, coconut milk curry, and spicy, non-spicy, seafood, this, that, fish, and, street vendors, and trying all sorts of weird combinations because it was new. However, once you do it every day, at some point you reach this thing where, okay, I've seen all the tourist destinations, came here once, twice. Third time it's like, okay, seen it. You take photographs with people once, twice, thrice, get bored of it. You take videos, new location, people get fed up. I got fed up. And very soon it came to the food. I kept eating, but finally I was like, I've tasted this so many times. So then you regress back to the mean. You go back to your same old protocols or your same old behaviors. All the excitement is gone, done with it. So which is where then, you come back to being a natural, normal self. So same thing with coaching. When it's new, or when you're in a relationship, that newness is like amazing. But as time passes by, it becomes routine. And that is where two things can happen. One is either the person takes you for granted, or the person gets bored. Either way, you'll realize it, you'll know it. Like if you have been in love with someone or in a relationship with someone, initially it's all romantic and gifts and take the person out and spend special moments together and kiss and hug and smooch and hold hands and show photographs of you holding hands and love and all that bull, and both of you photographed together. But after a few months, weeks, months, years, you don't do that. You might just do it for a function where you stand together with your kid. So same thing with coaching. What happens is initially they're like, yes sir, everything, listening. But after some time it's like, they may listen, may not listen. They may ask for changes, may not ask for changes. Or they might just not show so much of interest and enthusiasm before they would want to be coached every day. It's the same like joining a gym. Initially when you join, you go every day. After that you go once in every 2 days. And then slowly maybe 3 times a week or 4 times. Before starting, the intensity is like 100% every time in the gym. Then comes down to 80. Then you just do it just to enjoy. Okay. So with everything else, same thing will happen, personal and professional. But when it reaches a point where the person is totally taking you for granted, how? Not as in disrespect. The person ends up just being themselves. Sometimes when we are ourselves, we can be very unbearable. Like I give my case, no? You can be boring, you can be too much overly lecturing, which I'm aware of. Not that I'm not. In some people's case, like some of the people's case whom I've broken up relationship, they keep yapping and talking the same old shit. 10 years ago I met them. What they would talk that time, still talk the same. Gossiping and talking shit about others and complaining, bitching, moaning. Okay, the person is being free, opening their heart out. But what that person may not realize, the person you are speaking to today, that person's priorities are changed. Maybe when I was single, I would enjoy talking about other girls or celebrity gossip or fun stuff or adventure, stuff that singles do. But once you get married and have children, you have responsibilities, you're no longer interested in that bullshit here. And for some people whom they never change, they will talk the same thing. And then you ask yourself, do I really want to listen to all this crap? Do I really want to spend my time stuffing my ears and my brain with their nonsense? And so, you can tell the person, I'm not interested in this conversation. But then there's that tension that develops, no? So eventually, you try, directly, indirectly, but when the person doesn't get the memo, then you're left in a dilemma. Okay, now what do I do? Do I keep a distance, which is good? Do I chat with the person infrequently? That is also fine. But in my case, when I know the person is not going to change at all, bye-bye. I don't know. That's how I am, because there are only so many people you can keep in touch with. For me, one less is more better, because then I give space and time for somebody else new. So even relationships where you're in love with a person, initially the person may listen to everything you say. Next thing you know, the person may not listen to everything you say or may not respect everything you say. Then the person starts to rebel and answer back and shout at you, and then it becomes a cat and dog war. You know what I mean. And where coaching is concerned, initially maybe the person will listen to everything I say. Either the person gets tired or bored and quits, or if the person doesn't show results, can be anyone's fault, can be market situation, can be their limitations, can be maybe things are not working out. There's no dynamics, so then it has to end. But then there are some others whom you help them achieve a certain level of success, and they can't handle that. They can't handle the pressure, they can't handle the success, they can't handle the fame, they can't handle the money. And then they may show an attitude, or they may start not listening to you or question what you're doing, because confidence comes in. So then you have to make a call. Can I still change this person? Can I iron things out? Can we work around? Or is the person impossible to change? It's always recommended to work things out, because it's easy to break up. That much I will tell you. It's always better to work things out. But I've also known this fact. What is the incentive for someone to work things out? I've always told you, there should be the big why. Why would this person want to work things out? What is so great? Maybe the success, the fame, the pleasure, the money, the security. Maybe that's now too tempting. It's like I want to go on a fast for a couple of days, but this incredible chocolate is in front of me. These snacks are in front of me. This food is in front of me. And if I'm still in good health, the brain asks, why do you want all this nonsense, man? Enjoy your life. So it's very hard, no? So you need to know the why. So for me, I keep talking to myself, keep, actively introspecting, reflecting. And when I realize that, okay, I have to make sure that I'm clear about my situation, I'm clear about my value systems, I'm clear about my priorities, then I evaluate. Is this relationship adding value to my life? Am I able to add value to that person's life? Are we both mutually adding value to each other while being, true to ourselves? If yes, the relationship continues. If no, better go your way, I go my way. And painful as it sounds, sometimes you have to. It's like, it's a very crude way of saying this, but it's like in a human body, if one part of your muscle or limb or something is dead, you don't keep it attached to your body, or it'll infect the whole body. So you have to sever, cut it off. Now I know that it sounds very rude to say that that individual is a dead part of your body or septic. I'm just giving you an example. Or it's like you trying to fit into a party or group of friends when they are not comfortable with you, you're not comfortable with them, but you're forcing yourself. Doesn't work. So that is where either you can be the type who stays in the relationship, like many couples, there's no love in the marriage, but for a matter of convenience for both of them, it can be a visa, it can be the expenses, it can be mostly children, because they don't want the children to be affected. They continue staying married, even though there's no love, even though there's no romance, even though there's nothing that exists between them, they still stick around. So in the end, what happens? Living a life of compromise. So is it worth it? Is the question. So for someone like me, where I can afford to do this, I do it. And since my world is very small, only my wife, my baby, I don't have to worry much. So that comes only to friends and clients, which is not many, but I'm talking of high net worth and long term. They're not very many, but the ones that I have, they are robust. So when it's time to say goodbye to them, you have to. Because I'm not one of those who fakes it. I can't fake my emotions, I can't fake my feelings. I can't fake that I care about someone, I can't fake. The coaching process itself is so intimate. Cannot work, you have to let go. So And remember, you might feel that, oh, hey, you're saying no to cash and no. If you are capable, you can always get someone new. And remember, when there's an empty slot, or when you create an empty slot, you're giving an opportunity for someone new to come in. And this has been my experience throughout the years, that when I give myself an empty slot, someone new comes in. It doesn't happen immediately, but definitely happens within a period of time. And like they say, no matter how much free time you have, work always fills into those spaces. So in my case, I've always ended up with someone filling them. So what is the message for you guys? You need to evaluate your relationships, be it personal, professional. Obviously, if you're in your office and you don't like your boss, you can't terminate your boss. Or you don't like your colleague, you can't, get rid of him or her. So there, in the corporate world, you may not have a choice. So you just keep it to what it is worth. How much you have to talk? Only talk that much? Bye-bye. Beyond that, don't interact much. And unfortunately for employees, they don't have a choice in that department. Then comes the next one, personal. Personal relationships, well, you can choose to keep a distance. Or, if it's your spouse, then you can't keep a distance. So then you obviously have to, if you want to keep the relationship intact, then what you have to do is grind it out, because you don't have an option, or you chose not to take another option. So try to make it work, see if it works. If not, just go through the motions and focus on something else. And lastly, where for me coaching is concerned, I'm very transparent where it comes to all this. Doesn't work. Can you make it work? Okay, we can give it a shot. Can't work? No. And then finally, when it comes to friends, which is very far and few for me, I have a small circle, tiny. So either I keep away, distance, only talk when it's required, or totally ignore, say bye, or block. Or if you feel you have to work things out, like in the case of my wifey, when we had that problem. Yeah, it took time, it was rocky. Eventually, she and I both decided, okay, these are the new changes, these are the new rules. So my wife, because I'm the head of the family, the boss of the house, or whatever you call it, it took me time, it took me a month to come out with new rules. I came out with the new rules and I told her, these are the new rules, you may not like all of them, but you don't have a choice. You agree? Yes or no? You decide. Initially it was tough for her, but now she is used to it. And now we are happy. So that's how it should be. But if you are the person who is dependent on the other, then you don't have much of a choice, do you? So yeah, this is what I wanted to share. What do you think? Have you had relationships where you have to end it and break up and move on? Or do you still hang on to it and because you don't have a choice? You let me know. What are your thoughts? All right. You guys take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.